Hello, coasters and places here, back with another exciting coaster video. Today I'm going to talk about Six Flags Discovery Kingdom in Vallejo, California. I'm going to rank all 10 of their roller coasters from the worst to the best. And this theme park, it's probably not one of my favorite Six Flags theme park, but it's a decent theme park. It doesn't have a super strong coaster lineup, but it does have some pretty good coasters to talk about and to experience. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into the list, and we'll start out with my number 10 pick. Number 10 is going to be Roadrunner Express. Now, Roadrunner Express is a kids coaster for sure. It's made by Zamperla, opened in 1999. It's just a basic family gravity coaster. These type of coasters are pretty common all across different various theme parks. They're a good beginner junior coaster. They're just not really thrilling. Good to ride with the kids or for the kids to ride, but I just don't find this coaster thrilling at all. My number 9 pick is Kong. This is a Vekoma SLC. In my opinion, this is one of the worst SLCs around in the US, if not the worst. Well, the only one I could think maybe worse than this one off the top of my head would be Flight Deck at Canada's Wonderland. But that's in Canada, but still, it's awful. Kong is also awful. Has the original Vekoma restraints, and they're just terrible. There's so much headbanging going on in this coaster. It makes it hard to enjoy. Plus, you just have the best basic SLC layout, which isn't an awful layout, but there's other SLCs that are better than this, that maybe even with the original restraints don't have this intense amount of headbanging, and that just don't feel rough. Like, Kong just feels rough. And it's not an enjoyable ride, and that's why I'm putting it number 9. At the number 8 spot, I do have Cobra. This is a Tivoli coaster, a family coaster. It's actually a decent coaster. It has a super long train on it, which I think is pretty neat, and the Cobra themed trains is pretty cool. So it gives it, some theming, something nice to look at. Super long trains, and it's fun, but it's more of a kid/family coaster, just not a high level of thrills, but it's not rough or jarring or anything. Number 7, we have Sidewinder Safari. This is a fun coaster, a family coaster. It is the newest coaster that has opened at Discovery Kingdom in 2022. It's a spinning coaster. You may have seen these at other parks. It's a lot of fun. Reminds me of a Wild Mouse, but it spins. So sometimes I feel like it spins better than other times, just depending on the weight of the vehicle. Could depend on conditions, various different factors. So that's why I'm only putting it 7. Plus, it's not super thrilling. I mean, it's a lot of fun. It's a good family coaster. It's pretty smooth. It's an enjoyable ride, but there are just some better coasters at Discovery Kingdom. At number 6 is Boomerang Coast to Coaster. These are very highly cloned Vekoma Boomerang models. This one you sit down in, and it's a fun ride. You do it both forwards and backwards, and it's not rough, I don't think, but the thing of it is, it's just so highly cloned. They're pretty common. You can ride them at most parks, so I just can't really rank this any higher than 6. It's fun, nothing necessarily wrong with the coaster as far as roughness or rideability or anything goes, but it's just cloned so heavily. So it'll just stay at number 6 for me. Number 5 is Batman the Ride. This is an S&S 40 free spin coaster. These are at several Six Flags parks now, and there's also one at King's Dominion. So they're not uncommon, they're pretty common. With that being said, they're a good clone. They're a lot of fun, and each ride is different. They're smooth. I don't find them janky or jerking at all. The same goes for this particular one. And each ride's a little different. So add some variety with the spinning depending on rider placement, weight, various things. So yeah, just a different ride each time, and I think these coasters are just honestly just a lot of fun. Number 4 is the Flash Vertical Velocity. This is an Intamin impulse coaster. So originally opened, it was taller and both sides of the track were vertical, but for local ordinances it had a city height limit of 150 feet. The front tower was tilted to a 45-degree angle, which makes this impulse coaster unique compared to the others, and the reverse tower was lowered to 150 feet. It goes up to 65 miles an hour, and you're launched with the LIM technology. It's a pretty fun, thrilling ride. I think other impulses are better because they go straight up or have twisted spikes versus... It's not that this one doesn't twist, it's just that 45-degree angle I feel like ain't as fun as having both being vertical. Still a fun ride, still a great thrill though, and I do like the coaster. Number 3, Superman Ultimate Flight. It's a Skyrocket 2 model by Premier Rides. It's pretty intense, decently with the LSM launch to go to 62 miles an hour. My favorite part of the ride is that twist way up 150 feet in the ground, and the loop is fun too, but it is a non-inverting loop, so it just has that one inversion, but being that high off the ground with that inversion, that's pretty intense. I like that. It's a short ride, but it's a fun ride, definitely an adrenaline rush. I just wish it was a longer ride, and also that this thing had better capacity, because it can definitely be a long wait to get on it. 2 is Medusa Floorless Coaster by B&M, opened in 2000. This thing has a drop of 150 feet, can reach 65 miles an hour, almost 4,000 feet long, so it makes for a great long ride with 7 inversions and pulls some good G's. I think this is a very good floorless coaster. The Zero G roll is probably my favorite element, but I do really enjoy the dive loop and the vertical loop as well. Also with a couple corkscrews at the end, a lot of fun. This is still smooth, and it's a very, very nice ride. I'm so glad that Discovery Kingdom has this. It's a great addition to the park. Smooth, intense, enjoyable, fun. I have really nothing negative to say about Medusa, but I do think that there is one coaster at Discovery Kingdom that is better than Medusa. Number 1, as you may have guessed by now, is the Joker. This is RMC iBox, and it was converted from the old Roar coaster that was pretty unpopular. But that one's still at Six Flags America that needs an RMC conversion. But anyway, it does have 3 inversions on it, and I love the barrel roll. That's my favorite inversion on this particular coaster. I love when RMC just does barrel rolls in general. So this is known as one of the weaker RMCs, but that being said, it's still a fun ride, a great ride. It's an RMC. I mean, you can't really go wrong with an RMC. It's not one of the bigger RMCs out there, but it's still a fun ride. I feel like it doesn't go as fast as some of the RMCs, but it's smooth, decent length on it, has some good air time. Again, I'm a big fan of that barrel roll on this one. I think it's just a great coaster. I'm so glad Discovery Kingdom does have the Joker. With that being said, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What's your favorite coaster at Discovery Kingdom? Thank you all so much. See you in the next video.